What's up, guys? And maybe I can. There we go. Welcome to our next Let's Play. I'm kind of tired of doing like League of Legends, Strife, all that stuff. Speaking of which, I'll probably do more Strife stuff though because Formal finally got it. So I want to do some Dynasty Warriors 8, the complete edition, which is on the PC.
Hurry, Lubu. The safety.
And I'm starting a brand new save. This is just for doing my Let's Plays. I have done nothing yet. So we're going to do story. And everybody's got, and there are 5 different ones we can do. There's Lubu, there's Wei, there's Wu, there's Shu, there's Yin. And all of these are fairly independent of each other. There's some crossover stages that'll appear in both, in 1 or 2 or 3. I don't think there's any that appear in all 4. They really couldn't be. So there's also this other one, and other's kind of unique because you have to unlock these by playing through the campaigns, the stories for these other ones to get. And then there's tutorial, which is just a mock battle. You just get to learn the controls. So I want to start out with doing. I think Shu has the earliest. Yeah, Shu does. So we're going to start out with the Shu campaign. And we're going to go through all the campaigns. Probably alternate between weeks of Dynasty Warriors. And then we'll go back to doing some of the MOBA stuff. Strategy kind of stuff. So let's start with Shu. We're going to do a new game. We're going to do normal. Near the end of the Han Dynasty, the long-standing rule of the Han Imperial Court was on the decline. The high-handed policies of the eunuchs and relatives of the emperor ran unchecked, causing people to become fed up with political corruption. With everybody suffering, sad, and filled with outrage, it seemed as if there was no hope for the future. In the midst of the shadow, Zheng Zhao, the leader of the Way of Peace, led his followers in a rebellion. Initially, first off, I want to apologize to anybody that speaks Chinese or is Chinese and is offended by my pronunciation. I am terrible, and I'm going partially off memory and partially off of what they say. But I know some of what they say is wrong. Like for the longest time, they called Cao Cao Cow Cow. I learned. I'm still learning. Anyway, I have to do the voice acting because when they ported it over to US from the Japanese version, they didn't include me in that. So, instantly, the movement spread to the far corners of the land, and the uprising quickly grew strength. It would later become known as the Yellow Turban Rebellion. In response, the imperial court formed an army in order to suppress the rebels. Numerous warlords from around the land answered the call to arms. Among them were 3 men who rose in unison. Liu Bei, claiming to be a descendant of royalty, was a man who lamented the suffering of the people. Accompanying him were Guan Yu and Zheng Fa, 2 powerful warriors who served as his sworn brothers. With the age undergoing such massive change, these men stepped forth onto the battlefield. Now, if then some of these names sound familiar to you, they are referenced in Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, which is what this is actually based off of. But Guan Yu is kind of special because he's gotten really popular lately because of Smite. He's actually one of the playable gods, and he's kind of worshipped nowadays in modern China as God of War. If I'm incorrect, I'm just going off of kind of what I know from Smite in this. I haven't really done any research on it on my own. I probably should, but I haven't. But I don't feel like playing Guan Yu right now. There are other stages for Guan Yu. I'm gonna play as let's play as Liu Bei. So everybody's got 2 sets of weapons they can use. 2 things of weapons they can use. One which is their favorite one, which allows you to do special attacks. It's what their big special flashy attack allows them to do. And then there's a second set they can use, which is basically anything. Obviously, some people are better with some weapons than others, which is shown by the compatibility here. You can go from 1 to 4 stars. Early game, it really doesn't matter because you don't have any compatibility with anything. It has to go up with it goes up with your level. So you could use something that you're terrible with, like say, I could use, where is it? Is it under spears? I could use a wheeled halberd, or I could use a siege spear. There are 3 different types of these right now. Use the pike. Let's use a pike, sure. Oh, I don't want those to be the same. There are 3 elements. Not a huge component to the game.
Come on. You can do better than that.
But they're mere peasants, driven to this by starvation, pain, and suffering. How can we just...
Well, if you're that soft, you won't be able to keep the vow you just made.
Indeed. Now that we are sworn brothers, you need greater strength of spirit. Yes, you are right. We are unified in intent and in life.
With our might.
And our honor, we shall end this chaos. Let us go, my sworn brothers.
Guan Yu's such a badass. I'd play him, but I'll play him at some other point. Him and his glorious, glorious beard.
The leader of the Yellow Turbans, Zhong Jiao. It is the only way to suppress this rebellion and restore peace. First, we need to meet up with the main unit of the Imperial forces. Take out any Yellow Turban officers you come across.
So this is kind of something cool that I can do with the XSplit Gamecast, which is I'm using to record this. So, right, we're gonna start here. Eventually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come all the way down here. We're gonna come through here, up here, kill a bunch of dudes up around in here. We're gonna kill everybody basically. Marker only lasts for a certain amount of time. But at some point, peasants can appear in here and I need to go save them. Sound good? If you haven't played Dynasty Warriors before, then turn down the music because it's kind of annoying, honestly. It's very much a beat 'em up in a way, which is ironic because the original game, which is only known as Dynasty Warriors 1 out here, it's known by something else completely in Japan, but I can't speak Japanese, so, well, you know me. I'm not going to try. So I just switched weapons there. Got a weapon and experience for defeating the officer. Total Biscuit recently, when it was in the, when it was on sale, which is when I picked it up. He called it a ancient Chinese murder simulator. And you know what, that sounds about right to me, because if you're not getting a couple hundred, if not a couple thousand kills in a single match, or a single mission, then something's a little weird. So there is a slight leveling system to the game. Also, there are horses that you can ride. I didn't have one before, but now I do now. Something they added in for this game because, well, it was annoying when you didn't have a horse.
You came to help us.
It was super annoying.
What? You're just a group of volunteer fighters. Get out there and fight already.
There are 2 main attacks you'll see me doing.
You'd be dead if it wasn't for us coming to save you.
And that would be a standard attack, which with my PS3 controller, it's the I've mapped it to the triangle or the X, but I get it right one of these days. It's the square button, which is what it's traditionally been. And then there's the heavy attack, which is all flashy and stuff, and you can do some cool ones like 3, 1, 2. You can do a combo system 1, 2, 3, into flashy move, into extra flashy move. But there's a few other types of attacks that I'll get to when I use them. One of which is actually the Mosu attack, which I'm probably going to be using right here to help quickly kill this guy. Yep, here's my Mosu attack. It's different for every weapon, and if it's your favorite weapon, that's the one you're going to use for your Mosu attack. The only thing I don't know if this is true or not, but that might not be true if you don't have one equipped. I don't know, because I've never actually done that.
This chaos shall help establish my name throughout the land. We cannot afford to fall behind.
So, who I'm playing right now is the leader of the Shu faction for the majority of the game. But there are other people in the game, like the one Cao Cao. He was just mentioned. And here is this is my cue to go in there.
We have our own reputations to consider. We don't have time to worry about some worthless peasants.
There are people suffering from this chaos right here before us.
So I have to go in here
What good are our aspirations for the land if we cannot save
and save the peasants.
You came here just at the right time. You certainly know how to fight a battle.
Mosu attack to quickly kill him. God, I feel like I'm not doing any damage. I'm used to playing much more powerful people. If only because, well, I have super powerful weapons for them. So if you're noticing, I keep doing these cool attacks here. Those are determined by the elements of the weapons. All the officers that have, oh wow, 200 experience is actually really nice. 200 experience. Anyway, you know, there are three different types, and it's a rock paper scissors system. And I couldn't tell you which one, how it works out, because I'm terrible at this. So we're gonna go round along the right side here, because this is the side we're supposed to go on.
We managed to save these people suffering from the chaos. This is the path we should be following.
It's snowing in the desert.
They are making blades of ice fall from the sky.
There's no.
We must continue forward under the cover of these rocks.
So see how he's got a. You can kind of see up in the corner there. He's got a blue type weapon. It is strong against green. I could probably, if I really wanted to, I could look and see the actual name of them are, but I'm just not that. I'm just lazy right now.
You've done very well. It's good to know I can count on you.
But it's weak against red. I know that much, which I believe is man. Green is earth, and I think blue is heaven. That's what they've got it labeled. Why that's what it's labeled, I don't know. I wasn't the one that did the translation. And if you've played Dynasty Warriors before, and not one of the more recent ones, like the last one I played was Dynasty Warriors 4. It's gotten a lot more objective focused, and this is actually kind of a good thing. Because you know how if you could be outright slaughtering everybody, but as long as there's a general on the field, or a captain, or whatever you want to call it, they couldn't do much. Well, they made it so that assuming you're doing what you're supposed to be doing by what the game tells you to, then your allies are going to be doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're going to be succeeding. Big cases notwithstanding. So we have to make this massive detour just to get around. It's kind of annoying. But it happens. Slaughter everybody. See, I mean, I'm basically at 300 kills here. I am at 300 kills. There's a reason people call this MOBA single player.
You're tearing them up.
And again, I don't disagree that much. It's what it is. It's a fun murder simulator, though. Oh, that was cool. So I just picked up a power-up that increases my damage by 2 times. So everything I do hurts really, really bad.
In that case, I shall be your opponent.
I might not normally hurt all that much, but now I do because I'm using a sword that increases my damage. But I'm using an axe that makes the damage just go like crazy. How am I using an axe that makes my damage go crazy when I've got 2 swords? I don't know, don't ask me. So we're going to go forward to the best of our capabilities. And we're going to try and find Zheng Bao, or Zheng Liang, I don't fucking know which Zheng it is. Zheng Liang. We're going to go forward and deal with him. And this other Sun Zhong guy. Anyway, notice how these guys have that blue symbol over their heads? It's because I have a weapon that has a type advantage over them. If I get in so many hits with it, it creates what's it called, a Spirit Rush, which is that really fancy looking attack.
The sorcery has stopped. Only Zhang Zhao remains. All
Oh shit.
units
Oh.
advance.
So you can do a cool little attack when you switch weapons. It does some damage. It's not amazing, but you don't usually take it for the damage. Don't care. You usually do it because you have a type disadvantage, or you know your other weapon has the type advantage. You can, however, do some cool things if you have a type disadvantage. So you don't always want to have the advantage. Sometimes you can be better off by having a disadvantage at first.
Hey, you're tearing them up, brother.
Just moving quickly. That's what I'm going to call these.
Our teachings of
This is the most annoying character in the game.
the light that shall lead the world to peace. We cannot allow you to interfere.
What kind of light creates chaos and causes the people to suffer? I shall make you pay for your crimes.
So, you are incapable of understanding.
So that was a switch counter, and this is a Rage Mosu attack,
In that case,
which uses up 2 different bars actually. And now I'm just doing regular Rage attacks.
oh, heavens, lend me your strength.
No, get back here.
Strike down
You can only do a strike counter, or switch counter, when you have a type disadvantage. It's like now. If he does an attack where he starts kind of glowing.
Witness the final display of our
What?
strength.
These guys respawn? I've never seen this happen before. That's actually really interesting.
Guan Yu, you're all right.
I am glad to see you and Zhang Fei are safe as well.
Zhang Fei. See? I know I get the name wrong. There's
Now that
somewhere.
the 3 of us are together, let's take out
No, don't. Ah. I ended the stage by killing the big guy behind it. Killing, which means defeating.
You would kill me and persecute my children. You believe that will bring back your
know nothing of heaven. Nor do I wish to cut you down or hurt your people. Causing discord is a crime. But the human heart can both forgive and atone for such acts. You preach the way of peace. Cast aside violence and lead the people with your heart.
Oh, my lord! You are a great man indeed. I see now that I am meant to follow your teachings. Oh, yes. I never thought of that.
Ha! How naive! No, this is the way. Look at the happy faces of the people.
Wow, that's great. Wonderful.
Well, you might be right. Ha! Our sworn brother has taken the first step on his long journey.
Yeah. Zhang Zhao was defeated due to the efforts of Liu Bei and his sworn brothers, thus bringing an end to the Yellow Turban Rebellion. However, the land remained in chaos as it began a descent into even deeper confusion and turmoil. 5 years following the Yellow Turban Rebellion, confrontation ensued between the eunuchs and the emperor's relatives within the capital of Luoyang. Taking advantage of the commotion, Dong Zhuo, a powerful man from Xiang, moved to the capital. Once there, he seized custody of the emperor and made himself Grand Commandant, enabling him to engage in a reign of tyranny. Determined to put an end to this lawlessness, Yuan Shao, a nobleman from somewhere, basically tried to stop him. By appealing to those across the land, he was able to form an alliance against Dong Zhuo. Liu Bei wished to help the endangered imperial court and joined the coalition together with his sworn brothers. There, he also met a brave young warrior by the name of Zhao Yun. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and now Zhao Yun. Many great men had been drawn to serve by Liu Bei's side. Together, they were determined to defeat Dong Zhuo with their sense of righteousness amidst the cold winds of Hulao Gate. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll get to Hulao Gate tomorrow. Until then, see you guys.